Welcome back to Super Mario Odyssey. We are in Nighttime Toast Arena. Oh boy. It's very vibey here. And,
I don't even remember there being a nighttime.
well, clearly you didn't complete this world as much as you thought you did.
Well, I did. I did all this stuff. Yeah, I guess I just forgot there was a nighttime.
Yeah, because,
It's like I melted the ice.
like Bowser showing up was like the impetus to the desert getting frozen over. But, him leaving doesn't necessarily mean that his mess is fully cleaned up. So you essentially gotta clear Bowser out of the kingdom and clean up the mess he makes in the world along the way to create world peace in the kingdom, or get the hashtag good future.
Future.
I don't know what you saying future like that is a reference to.
Sonic CD.
Oh, well,
When you hit the sides.
it doesn't sound like that.
I'm
this
sorry,
is
I
now-
can't perfectly emulate a line from a game I don't play that much. Okay?
Okay, well, do better. That's all I can ask.
No, because then I have to play more of that. I don't want to.
This is also now the second part of Mario Odyssey in a row where we mentioned Sonic the Hedgehog within the first minute of the recording.
What
And
was
I
the
find that
first
funny.
uploaded video of this channel, okay? I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, but that was a Sonic video. This is a Mario video.
I so
And
help me.
last
I
time
will
it
talk
was-
about Nier, okay?
Well, this is what I was saying. This is why we're gonna very much split up this playthrough with a bunch of other playthroughs along the way, because we do this thing where, like, one of us is fully on board with something, and the other isn't. So we just talk about Sonic. So not necessarily the worst thing in the world, but I think having the refreshers in there will help. But yeah, essentially, when I'm going for, like I was talking about before, I'm pretty much going for the purple coins. But I am also going to get world peace in all the kingdoms because, like, why the hell wouldn't I? I want to show off, I think that these missions to get world peace and stuff, and like the main first mission of a world, are kind of like the quote unquote main missions of the game. The main moons to collect, I guess. So I want to show all of those.
Mm-hmm.
And I do like to focus on the sub areas, the basically separate platforming challenge rooms, platforming or puzzle, I guess.
What I'm hearing is you should be the one to record Breath of the Wild, because you can prioritize the important stuff enough.
Yeah, it's no longer like
Okay, so that
Spider-
taxi confused me so badly. And that
why
dude,
is that?
because it doesn't match. I was so confused. I'm like, what is this? And then I found a hidden portal to New Donk City. I'm like, oh, this makes so much more sense.
Yeah,
I couldn't do anything. I
is-
just stood on a rooftop somewhere, but like, it suddenly made sense. It's like, oh,
yeah. Each kingdom has like a quote unquote back door into the kingdom where you can just get a moon, essentially. That's otherwise inaccessible.
I felt your pain.
Yeah, the hat like locked on to the fucking thing that moved it out of my way. So, oops. I don't even remember what I was saying. Oh yeah, there's back doors in each kingdom. They're kind of worthless unless you're a speedrunner. But it's kind of neat, I guess, to see like a kingdom from a location that you can't normally get to.
You can tell
But,
the developers with this ability were just trying to think, how do we make Goombas actually do something? Stack them.
Well, yeah, this is like the great part of the capture system is that we get to actually play as all of the villains or all the like enemy characters from Mario games in the past, and they function like very intuitively to how they function in the games themselves. Like here, you can stack the Goombas. And they don't slip on ice because Goombas have like never slipped on ice in the games themselves. They just kind of walk around. So, they put a lot of thought into this, and I really appreciate that.
I'm okay with that, or this section would be a nightmare.
I missed.
What were you doing?
I was trying to ground pound the Goombas, but I was slightly out of the way.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Huh. Oh, I didn't know about that.
Yeah, if you're ever low on health, just like start throwing your hat at fire. It usually has like a heart in it, at least.
Normally, I try
Sometimes
not
a
to
super
throw my
heart.
hat on fire. Oh, I did not notice that either.
Well, yeah, there's a lot in this this game that's just like, you know, playing with the 3D space more and kind of like making you think outside of the box. It's sort of like a modernized version of some of the secrets in the original Mario Brothers. Obviously, better here because you can more easily see stuff in the third dimension than literal the same block that looks like every other block in Super Mario Brothers. But like right through this doorway, if you remember last part where I was like, you can jump and get quote unquote out of bounds to get coins, you can actually get on top of this structure here. And it's a really tough trick jump. I'm not going to show it off because I'm ass at it. But there is a massive stack of coins up there. And that was like, people found that, and that started like the quest to find more hidden stacks of coins everywhere. Because yeah, they put those in the game for the skilled players. You don't actually get anything for it other than a lot of coins, which is useful, but it's not like you need it to beat the game at all.
Right. Well, it's the same logic in rewarding, like a special ring or some lives in Sonic 3.
Yeah, exactly. And I love that kind of shit. It's also the Nintendo special, the floating head and two hands.
I like
Returning
this
yet
fight.
again.
I thought this one was cool.
Yeah, this is one of the better boss fights in the game. It's still really easy, but you know, not bad. Whee! You can get a little risky with it.
Yeah, going into this game, I was not aware of any form of the structure, so I didn't know there were more bosses per world. So I wasn't ready for this, which is cool.
Yeah, this is the first like full-sized kingdom that you get to in the game. So it is like the first time, if you're like going for everything, it's the first time you see this done, where they have a secret second boss and whatever. And yeah, I really like this. And I love that each boss is very, you know, unique to the kingdom, just like everything else in the game. Which is what I was gonna talk about when you were like, dude, I saw this guy with the taxi and it just did not fit the kingdom and I was so confused. And that's like the best part about Mario Odyssey is like the fact that nothing really fits together and somehow it kind of does. Like when you fully play the game, you fully experience it, you kind of get how it all fits together, even though they have vastly different art styles between kingdoms sometimes.
Right.
I don't know, it all kind of, the way it's all handled with care, like each kingdom has the same level of world building as one another. And the fact that you're just Mario, I think the fact that you're Mario kind of makes it all fit together, because he's just kind of like the fun bing bing wahoo guy, and I feel like he can probably just fit in any sort of environment you put him in. Traditionally he's only ever put in like cartoony stuff, but you know, I personally like the idea of having cartoon characters in more realistic looking places and stuff. It's a fun contrast.
As long as they're utilized well.
Yeah, like it has to have a purpose, obviously, and the purpose in this is to sort of be like a, oh shit.
Yeah. Like one of my favorites is like the realistic art style of Nier Automata. Does it really well. Oh, that's how you're supposed to do that.
Yeah, you gotta like ledge
I
grab.
suicided 3 times.
You could also suicide once and like throw the hat.
I tried doing that, it just missed. So.
Well, you just suck. So
Yeah.
that's another thing with the motion controls. You can do extra cap throw things that you couldn't do normally. One of those things that you can do is if you throw the hat and it barely misses something, if you shake the controller, Cappy will sort of lock on to nearby objects. So you can like more easily, you don't have to be as precise about it. So, and yeah, I really like the motion controls in this, cause like you can still do all of the actions in the game, for the most part. Like you don't need any of the motion control things, but they're there, and if you make use of them, they can make your life a little bit easier.
I mean, from what I remember playing it, they felt pretty necessary. What the hell? Okay. Fair enough.
I just remembered where that was.
Sure, why not?
And also this game has the hashtag HD Rumble, so it's kind of like surround sound but for Rumble, so you can kind of feel in a direction.
I turned it off.
I didn't, because dude, when I played this for the first time, the HD Rumble actually like amazed me. I was like, whoa, they're doing more than just shaking the whole controller violently. This is cool.
I played plenty of games with good vibration setups, and even on Switch with good HD Rumble. But like in the last few years, I've just kind of reached a point where I'm like, honestly, I just don't really care, and kind of prefer having it off so I can have better controller battery.
Yeah, and that's fair. I just always, when I play a game for the first time, at the very least, leave it on. And for some games, you know, it really depends on the game. Some games I'm like, yes, I actually really like the vibration on this game, and some games I don't. In VR, which I know you don't have like any experience with, haptic vibrations are kind of like a necessary part of the experience to make it feel more immersive. But like playing without it actually really does take you out of it a lot. So you wouldn't think it would be that crazy, but it is. But you know, it really, yeah, it just depends on the game
like
for me.
all the rings.
Yeah, I am, because it's more fun to be Mario and gotta go faster, Mario X.
Nope.
Missed that a little bit. Oh shit. It's a little precise, but it's fine.
I think I got this
game. This game, like, it really does a lot to try and like, I guess, merge the 2D Mario and 3D Mario sandbox feel. Because in previous 3D Marios, stuff like coins and like question mark blocks and whatever else, they were, I don't know, they were just kind of there. They did not function at all the same as they did in the 2D games. But in this, they function identically to like 2D Mario, and that's definitely influenced by the 3D Land, 3D World games.
I think it's no surprise really seeing that, since this did come out after both 3D Land and 3D World.
Yeah.
And you can tell the developers definitely learned a lot. and taking those ideas plus some of Galaxy's ideas and adding it all into Sunshine and 64 for our format. This does feel like the culmination of like everything Mario, which is really cool.
Yeah,
and then adding in the 2D
what?
sections, which I have mad respect for. Nope.
Yeah.
You just saw that bird and you're like, gimme, gimme, gimme.
No, I saw it. I just missed it. It's the Jaxie's kind of hard to control.
Yeah, yeah. Yes, it is.
But yeah, on the 2D, like the culmination of all things Mario in this game, that is like the perfect way to describe this game, and it also does that while being very new in like its world, its storytelling methods, a lot of gameplay ideas like the capture and stuff. It's everything Mario ever was, plus a little. And that's what I really appreciate about how this game handles, like, nostalgia and, you know, returning elements and whatnot. And it's something I really wish Sonic would do.
Yeah.
I really like
Sonic Generations 4?
Yes, we should have another game that is just look at all these old levels that are from the first 20 years of Sonic's life. You remember these? Even though it's
I remember that.
Even though it's now almost been 35 years, there's been another 15 years since the original Generations, and we're still doing that shit. There's nothing new to be nostalgic about anymore for the last 15 years of Sonic. It's just all been the same shit.
But look, guys. Chaos Island.
Yeah,
Remember that?
Isn't it? Yeah. Sunset Heights.
Remember that? Well, you say that. That's an 8-year-old game now.
I know.
That game's older than Unleashed was when Gens came out.
And you know what? Shadow Generations chose like the only 2 locations that it could have for that game, for like future Sonic games to have nostalgia for. Because like Lost World, it has like new themes, but it's mostly just like generic shit. And it also is full of like nostalgic themes. Mania is mostly nostalgic themes. It has 4 new levels that are amazing.
I
but
did
that's
not
also
get that star, but that was cool.
Oh yeah, I like the Jaxie stuff. See, even like something as
I know about that either. What the hell?
yeah, you can capture the cactus. But even stuff as simple as like the singular level gimmick that you use to get around faster, the Jaxie, has its own little bit of world building to it. And
I'm guessing because he has a hat, you can't capture him.
Yeah, you can't capture this particular Koopa. That's a pretty good general rule of thumb. If something has a hat in this game, you cannot capture it. And there are certain things that you just can't capture anyways. Like, you can't capture the Jaxie. You can just jump on its back and ride it like it's a Yoshi or something.
Okay, I did this one. And I don't know how it worked out for me, but I somehow did.
I somehow got 99.
I got, I think, 81 points when I did it.
Yeah, you only need 80. I think if you do it, all of these have like a second round you can do where you have to get like 99 or like 100 points or whatever. And it's just kind of a crapshoot whether or not you get it perfectly or not. There's one later in an ice level where you have to do it on ice, and it's not, you don't make a circle, you make a perfect equilateral triangle on ice.
Okay. Equilateral triangle on ice. See you next summer. just
Dude,
a 2D,
I would watch it.
It's not even 3D. It's somehow just a 2D equilateral triangle sitting on ice. That's like the thrill of it. It's like, how'd they do that? It's actually 2D.
Yeah, it's just like a painted on triangle.
No, because that would be 3D.
it is the ice.
My mind has been blown. I don't think I did this challenge.
Yeah, this is what I'm like. I'm trying to focus all the more interesting challenges that there are in the game. Just because like there's some really good Mario levels in here, and I want to show them off. There are plenty of just you walk into a room and it's like a very basic puzzle or something. But there are some like really interesting platforming challenges, and we saw earlier that there are also capulous sections, like sort of in Sunshine, where you don't have flood, and those are like some of the best parts of the game, even still in this, because you know as much fun as it is to play the game with Cappy, it is also like the basic Mario movement is also really fun on its own, and it is really fun to try and move around with it without having to rely on the cap bounce repeatedly.
Those sections were cool when I played them, but I didn't really feel as limited compared to losing Flood in Sunshine. Though I will say they're a lot more fun than Sunshine, because Sunshine's control left a whole lot to be desired in those sections. I didn't like them when I was playing it.
That is a hot take, but I 100% fully understand where you're coming from. I really like how Sunshine controls, but that game just in general I think is very unpolished, and I think the basic physics, I don't know, I don't think they were really fine-tuned at all. They're just kind of
like, they didn't control well, it would literally be Sonic 06. That's like the only difference, is it controls well enough. If Sonic 06 controlled better, it would have been the same equivalent as like Sunshine.
So if Sonic 06 was a finished game, it would have been the equivalent to Sunshine.
Wait, no, shoot.
No, I kind of equate Sunshine to the Sonic Heroes of the 3D Marios.
That's a lot better.
It's like got a lot of good design in it, and it's sort of like its own thing compared to the other games. But it does have a nice thick layer of jank on top of it all that kind of, you feel, it's like a bunch of little things that you feel throughout the entire experience. That is Mario Sunshine and Sonic Heroes pretty much to a T. And you know what? I love Heroes. I think Heroes is a better game than Sunshine.
Yeah,
that is like...
you know I agree.
I know you agree, but I'm also just like, that's like, do you prefer Sonic games or do you prefer Mario games? Like, that's pretty much what I'm saying there. It's like, do you prefer the janky Sonic game or the janky Mario game? Well, I prefer Sonic games, so I prefer the Sonic game. You know.
Can we call this part Sonic is better than Mario?
Sure. This is like the most we've talked about Sonic that so far in this playthrough, so yeah, why not?
And we're about to see the last thing I ever saw in this game.
You went to, which kingdom did you go to?
Lake Kingdom.
You went to Lake Kingdom?
Yeah. Yep.
I always do Lake Kingdom after Sand because I like having the alternating between the bigger kingdom and the smaller kingdom kind of route.
Oh, this is a smaller kingdom?
Yeah, it's like you can tell whether or not it's a big kingdom or not by the amount of purple coins it has. If you grab one and it says something out of 50, then it's a smaller kingdom, but if it says something out of 100, then it's a bigger kingdom.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
How many kingdoms are there in this game? I don't know if you answered that.
Hold on. I think it's like 16, but some of those are like micro kingdoms where you only really have one boss to do. Because it's like a story thing. Like you're flying to the next kingdom, but Bowser attacks and you have to fight him on the clouds or whatever. But that technically counts as a separate kingdom. Um, and there are some like late game or post game kingdoms, I should say, that are um effectively just challenge kingdoms, and they're pretty small too. Um, so like for like the regular Mario Odyssey kingdoms, the like average Mario Odyssey kingdom, I would say there's probably like 10 or 12, something like that. Um, but we will see more of the quote unquote regular kingdoms in the next part.
Yeah.